is Off the Dirt. I'm Alexis Bloomer, and I'm here with professional bull rider Joe Frost. So Joe, welcome to Wrangler Studio.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
We gotta always welcome everybody, and I know that you're a diehard Wrangler guy. So what do you think of the setup?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Joe, I have to say, you're probably one of the most consistent bull riders. We've watched you for years. You are the only one of how many guys that have qualified 4 years in a row? 3?
Yeah, there's 3 of us.
That have qualified 4 years in a row. That's so consistent. And then you come out to Vegas, you're always spot on. So what is the preparation coming out here each year?
Every year before I come out, I get on a lot of practice bulls before I come. You know, all the one year I think I got on 57. I might have been overdoing it in a month, but this year I got on probably 20 to 25, and I tried to kind of conserve myself. So I felt like there's been years where I've almost been a little wore out and got out here and was, you know, after 5 or 6 rounds was almost burned out. And so this year I started off slow the first couple weeks, just getting on 1 or 2 a week, and then the last 15 days I rode every day, and I've got a few really good practice bulls at home, and my wife Kylie even had to pull my rope a few times.
That's insane.
And I even bucked. The one day I was the only one home, and I even bucked him by myself. I flanked him, pulled my own rope, and kicked the gate open. And
that's such a Joe Frost thing to do.
Well, I don't know. I feel like there really is something to you know, being prepared, and it's more, you know, obviously there's guys that might not even got on a practice bull that are out here doing just as well as me, but everybody has, you know, you've got to do whatever you got to do to talk yourself into thinking you're ready, and for me that's getting on a lot of bulls, riding a horse bareback every day, jumping rope, spending some time working out, doing all that stuff that makes me feel like I'm ready to work, because it's 90% mental. I mean, if I could sit on the couch and really believe that was helping me, it would. But I like to, you know, spend the time getting on the practice bulls and stuff and make sure my timing's down, and consistency I think is really important. I mean, if you're winning a check every night, that's, you know, whether I'm winning the world or not or whatever I'm doing, I'm making a living. I mean, you look at other jobs, if I only wrote, you know, if I only done my job 60% of the time when my boss asked me to, I'd get fired fast.
No, for sure,
And riding 63% or whatever, I'm one of the best in the world at riding bulls, and so, you know, I guess. But I still feel like I got a lot of ground to, you know, I got a lot of improvement to do, because I really feel like I can ride every one of them, you know, if I'm mentally prepared. And that's the most important thing, is trying to get to where you're mentally prepared more often, you know, every chance you get, try to improve.
Well, you know, Joe, you had a rough year too, though, because you battled some injuries.
No, I did. I had I started the year off decent, and things really heated up over the 4th. I won 25,000. I mean,
that's a great 4th
best
of July.
4th I've ever had. I've never won more than 10, and this year, I mean, it was great.
It was fantastic.
I was, you know, really tickled with it, and then go to Calgary and tear my groin in the 3rd go round, and then got on in the 4th round and shouldn't have got on. I mean, second jump, I knew I had no business being on the back of a bull, and then I've got 8 days before Salt Lake City's the you know, you can't miss that one. There's a chance to win 50,000. I mean, heck, if you could do that, you could go home for the rest of the year and come down here in a good spot. And so I took those 8 days off and came back and tried to ride at Salt Lake. I ride my first bull. I'm 58 points, get a re-ride, and then ride a good bull, and like 86 or whatever. Me and Sage was half a point, and it was splitting hairs, you know.
Yeah.
So I end up 3rd. So don't make it to the next round. And then the next night, Spanish Fork, I get on Good Time Charlie at Frontiers, and I mean, that bull was all there, and I didn't have a chance of riding him. I mean, he was, and that's just a level up that I know, you know, having a torn groin, it's
hard to get past that period. Yeah, the fact that you even got on is impressive. So
after that, I had to turn out of Nampa, Idaho, Salinas, California, Edmonton, Alberta, you know, all those rodeos. I mean, that week you have the potential to win more than you can over the 4th. There's more money available, and so then I had to sit out for 6 more weeks before I could come back and ride, and I was still another 2 weeks when I came back, where it felt really strong, but I was able to ride and came back and still won another 30,000 and finished strong. But you know, I know if I hadn't have sat out, took that time off, I'd probably still be dealing with it right now.
Yeah, exactly. But that's a huge testament to who you are as a competitor and as a champion, really, because I mean, most guys can't sit out that time and still make it to the NFR, especially in the top of the pack. So I mean,
well,
that's great.
It's hard to ride bulls when you're 100%, and it's almost impossible when you're not. I mean, it's especially with the caliber of bulls that we're getting on a weekly basis. I mean, it's hard to ride them when you're at 100% physically, and I wasn't. I had no business getting on, and it ain't no fun. When you know you're getting on in the back of your mind that you really physically can't do it. It's really hard to overcome that. Like I said, I was able to do it at Salt Lake because it was like, if I can get by 2 here,
I could do good.
I could do nothing. I could go home and let it heal, but it didn't work, and so it is whatever. We got healed up, and I'm good now, and
here you
things
are.
are good.
Yeah, and you're here, 4 out of 5 bulls. Got another one tonight. What's your bull tonight?
I got Mo Bettis. It's a bull that bucked my little brother off at Idaho Falls.
So redemption for the family.
Bucked Ty Wallace off in the first round. He's a good bull. He sure enough bucks, and so hopefully I can keep him between my knees.
Yep, well, we're cheering for you, so good luck, and thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Alexis. I appreciate it.
Of course, and thank you guys for tuning in to Off the Dirt. We'll see you next time.